Welcome to the deep dive, where we like to take a whole bunch of research and, boil it down to the good stuff.
Get rid of the fluff.
Yeah, exactly.
The meat and potatoes.
Exactly.
All killer, no filler.
That's what we like.
That's right.
Today, we're tackling a subject that's like as familiar as it is mysterious. The Mona Lisa.
Ooh.
You've seen her on everything.
Oh, yeah.
From like coffee mugs to those inflatable tube guys outside of car dealerships.
So true.
But how much do you really know about the lady behind that inscrutable smile?
Right. It's kind of like you see her everywhere, but like, what do you really know about this painting?
Yeah. It's just kind of like this cultural
It's an icon.
icon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got a stack of articles and research papers, even a few conspiracy theories.
Ooh, fun.
Gotta love those.
Don't judge me. It's for research.
Of course.
All dedicated to like unraveling the secrets of the Mona Lisa. And trust me, things are about to get interesting.
I'm right.
But first, let's like cover the basics.
Like, what are we even working with here?
Lay the foundation.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can't appreciate like the complexity of a puzzle without knowing what pieces you're working with.
That's a good point.
The Mona Lisa, or La Gioconda, is an oil painting on wood panel created by, of course, the one and only Leonardo da Vinci, sometime between 1503 and 1506.
So she's old enough to be on Medicare,
Oh, yeah.
but like looks amazing for her age.
So got it.
Right.
Indeed.
And she resides under like very, very tight security at the Louvre Museum in Paris, where she draws millions of visitors every year.
Oh, yeah. It's like a pilgrimage for art lovers.
Yeah. It's like the #1 thing to do if you're like, a tourist in Paris.
For sure.
But let's be real. Most people are just there for the selfie.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, how close can I get to this thing and get in the background of my selfie?
Well, there's no denying the painting's impact.
Yeah.
I mean, it is considered the most valuable painting in the world.
Oh, really?
Estimated at over $1 billion.
A billion with a B.
With a B.
That's
That's a lot of dough.
a lot of dough. I mean, I appreciate art, but like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of avocado toast.
It's true. But to understand its value, we kind of have to look beyond the monetary.
Okay.
The Mona Lisa represents a pivotal moment in art history. Da Vinci's innovative techniques combined with the like enigmatic subject matter
Yeah.
created a masterpiece that like set a new standard for portraiture.
Okay, so like, let's talk about the woman behind the smile.
Yeah.
Who was this Mona Lisa anyway?
The most likely candidate is Lisa Gherardini,
Okay.
wife of a wealthy silk merchant from Florence,
Okay, a Florentine.
a Florentine.
Tri-society.
However, even her identity is not definitively confirmed. And this is where the first layer of intrigue begins.
Ooh. I love a good art history mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Lay it on me.
It's believed that the painting was commissioned by her husband,
Oh, okay.
Francesca del Giocondo.
Okay.
But here's the twist. Da Vinci never delivered it to him.
Oh, he just like
Kept it.
held onto it.
Took it with him everywhere he traveled.
Wait, so he was basically like ghosting his client.
Yeah, kinda.
That's bold for like a Renaissance artist.
It raises questions.
Yeah, like, did he finish it?
Right.
Or was he just like, I'm going to hold on to this one?
Yeah, some historians believe that this suggests like a deeper personal connection to the work.
Okay.
Perhaps even an infatuation with Lisa herself.
Ooh, yalla.
Right.
A forbidden Renaissance romance.
Forbidden love.
I knew there had to be some juicy backstory here.
Well, we can't confirm any like romantic involvement.
Yeah.
Da Vinci's decision to hold on to the painting is unusual
Yeah, for sure.
and adds to the mystery surrounding it.
Okay, before we get lost in like speculation about love triangles and secret admirers,
Okay, yeah.
let's talk about like the real star of the show. That smile.
Yes.
Seriously, what's the deal with that?
I know, right?
Like, is she happy?
Yeah. Sad.
Is she plotting world domination?
Yeah, what's going on?
I know.
Spill the tea. Well, the answer lies partly in Da Vinci's obsession with human anatomy.
Okay.
He dissected cadavers, studying muscles and nerves to understand the mechanics of facial expressions.
So he was like the Renaissance Dr. Frankenstein, but with a paintbrush instead of electrodes.
Basically.
Okay.
And his anatomical knowledge is evident in the Mona Lisa's incredibly lifelike face,
Yeah.
particularly the subtle nuances around the mouth and eyes.
Right.
He wasn't just like painting what he saw, he was painting what he understood about the human form.
So basically, Da Vinci was like a science nerd
Yeah,
who also happened to be an artistic genius.
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder that smile was so captivating.
I know.
Like, he understood how to capture the fleeting expressions,
Right.
the micro movements of the face that like convey emotion.
Precisely.
And then there's the technique that like truly sets this painting apart. Sfumato,
Sfumato.
which sounds like a fancy Italian coffee drink.
It does.
But it's not.
It's not a coffee drink.
Okay, so what is it?
It means smoked in Italian and refers to Da Vinci's technique of like subtly blending colors and tones
Okay.
to create soft transitions, blurring the lines between light and shadow.
So it's hazy.
Yeah, it creates this hazy, almost ethereal effect,
Okay.
particularly around Mona Lisa's face and smile.
It's like she's emerging from a dream.
Yeah,
It's no wonder people get lost in those eyes.
I know.
Wait a minute. Didn't I read somewhere that the sfumato is actually what makes her smile, like, seem different, depending on where you're standing?
That's right.
Really?
The way the light hits the layers of paint, combined with the sfumato technique, means the perception of her smile
Okay.
changes depending on the viewer's perspective.
It's not just our imagination.
It's not just your imagination.
She really is messing with us.
Yeah.
Da Vinci's sly dog.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
It's more likely a testament to his understanding of optics and light,
Perfect.
as well as his mastery of manipulating paint to achieve a desired effect. He was a true innovator, constantly pushing the boundaries of what was possible in art.
Okay, but let's not forget that Da Vinci wasn't just like a painter.
Oh, no.
This guy was a full-blown Renaissance rock star.
Oh, yeah.
Inventor, scientist, engineer, architect, he did it all.
A true Renaissance man.
Yeah, he was like the ultimate side hustler.
He was the embodiment of the Renaissance ideal of the universal man,
Okay.
excelling in a wide range of disciplines.
Okay.
And all of his interests fed into his art.
Interesting.
For instance, his fascination with light and shadow, something he explored through both like scientific observation and artistic experimentation,
Yeah.
is evident in the way that he uses chiaroscuro in the Mona Lisa.
Chiaroscuro is that Italian for really good lighting.
It essentially means light dark
Okay.
and refers to the dramatic contrasts of light and shadow that he uses to create depth and dimension in the painting.
So it makes her look more 3D.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This technique makes Mona Lisa appear almost three-dimensional, as if she's about to step out of the frame.
Right.
Yeah.
Like she's about to reach out and grab that billion-dollar valuation for herself.
And run.
Yeah.
Make a break for it.
But before she makes a run for it, let's take a closer look at the landscape behind her.
Okay.
Because it's not just some like random pretty background.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
The landscape behind Mona Lisa is thought to be heavily symbolic,
Okay.
possibly representing the connection between humanity and nature,
Hmm.
a concept very important during the Renaissance.
So she's not just a pretty face. She's a nature lover too.
That's right.
I'm sensing a theme here.
It also adds to the painting's overall sense of mystery and depth.
Okay.
The winding roads, the distant mountains,
Yeah.
they create a sense of vastness and the unknown.
Like a visual metaphor for like the journey of life.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just a really nice view from Da Vinci's studio.
Maybe he was just like,
Check out my view.
yeah, bragging a little bit.
A humble brag.
Yeah.
We may never know for sure, but the beauty lies in the interpretation.
Yeah, I like that.
And speaking of journeys, the Mona Lisa's own journey through history is quite remarkable.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Didn't she get stolen once? Like a really long time ago?
Yeah, she did.
Like, what's the deal with that?
In 1911, the Mona Lisa was famously stolen from the Louvre,
Oh, wow.
creating an international sensation.
Really?
It was a daring heist that captivated the world and, in a way, contributed to the painting's legend.
Wait, so getting stolen actually made her more famous?
Kinda.
That's wild.
Ironic, right?
Talk about good publicity.
It certainly didn't hurt.
Yeah?
The theft made headlines around the world,
Wow.
sparking public fascination,
Yeah.
turning the Mona Lisa into a household name.
So the thief inadvertently became like the Mona Lisa's best PR agent.
Yeah, basically.
Ironic, isn't it?
Very much so.
That's so funny.
And when the painting was finally recovered 2 years later,
Okay.
it was greeted with even greater fanfare than before.
The prodigal painting returns.
That's right.
Well, before she goes on any more unexpected adventures.
Yeah.
Let's take a closer look at like some of the other details in this painting.
I'm ready.
Because you know there's more to the Mona Lisa than just like
Oh, yeah.
her smile and that mysterious background.
For sure.
And we're back with part 2 of our Mona Lisa deep dive. Last time we covered
Yeah.
the basics, like who painted her, who she might be, and the fact that she's like basically the Beyonce of the art world.
Yeah, a fitting comparison given her global fame and enduring appeal.
Right. But before the break, we were about to get into some of the more, shall we say, speculative theories
Ooh, yes.
about the Mona Lisa.
Let's get into it.
You know the kind of stuff that makes art historians raise an eyebrow?
Yeah,
And conspiracy theorists, like, go full-blown tinfoil hat.
exactly.
Are you ready to dive into, like, the rabbit hole of art history conspiracy theories?
Let's do it.
Because I'm bringing my metaphorical flashlight and, like, a very healthy dose of skepticism.
As you should.
Okay, hit me with your best shot.
Yeah.
What's, like, the wildest theory that you've come across?
Okay, well, one that has persisted for quite some time is that the Mona Lisa is actually a self-portrait
Okay.
of Leonardo da Vinci himself disguised as a woman.
Wait, what? Da Vinci in drag. Now, that's a plot twist I did not see coming.
I know, right?
So, like, what's the evidence here? What are people saying?
Well, proponents of this theory point to, like, supposed similarities between Mona Lisa's facial features and those of Da Vinci,
Okay.
particularly around the eyes and nose.
Hmm.
And they also argue that the painting's composition and symbolism align with, like, themes of androgyny and duality
Okay.
that appear in some of his other works.
I mean, Da Vinci was a pretty progressive dude for his time, so I guess anything is possible.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I'm buying the whole, like, secret self-portrait thing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's an interesting theory and it's thought-provoking,
Okay.
but the evidence is primarily based on, like, visual comparisons,
Okay.
which can be subjective.
Yeah, true.
There's no, like, concrete documentation or historical evidence to support the claim.
All right, fair enough. Let's move on to the next conspiracy theory on our list.
Okay.
What else have people been reading into this painting?
Another theory that has gained some traction, particularly in the age of the internet, is that the Mona Lisa contains, like, hidden messages or symbols,
Ooh.
visible only under special lighting or with advanced imaging techniques.
Okay, hidden codes and secret societies.
Exactly.
This is where things get really interesting.
Right.
Tell me more.
Some have claimed to see, like, faint letters and numbers in the painting,
Okay.
potentially spelling out secret messages or clues to Da Vinci's personal life. Others believe that the landscape itself holds clues to, like, a map or a code that unlocks some hidden knowledge.
It sounds like the plot of a Dan Brown novel.
It does, doesn't it?
I can already picture Tom Hanks running around the Louvre with a black light trying to, like, crack the code.
I love it.
But have these theories, like, been proven? Or are they just, like, speculation?
While there's no harm in exploring these theories, it's important to approach them with a critical eye. While some analyses using X-rays and infrared imaging have revealed, like, interesting details about the painting's layers and Da Vinci's process, there's no conclusive evidence of any intentional hidden messages.
So it's probably just, like, wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Like, our brains are just trying to find patterns where none exist.
Exactly. We humans are meaning-making machines.
True.
We love a good mystery.
Oh, yeah.
And the Mona Lisa, with its inherent ambiguity, provides, like, the perfect canvas for speculation.
Okay, speaking of ambiguity, let's go back to that smile for a minute.
Okay.
We talked about how Da Vinci's anatomical knowledge contributed to its realism.
Yeah.
But what about its meaning?
Right.
Why is it so hard to pin down?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Countless interpretations have been offered, from, like, genuine joy to subtle sadness,
Okay.
from, like, knowing amusement to, like, quiet contemplation.
So which one is it?
I wish it were that simple.
Come on, spill the tea.
I know, but the beauty and the frustration of the Mona Lisa smile is that it resists, like, a single definitive interpretation.
So you're saying it's all in the eye of the beholder.
Precisely. The Mona Lisa acts as a mirror, reflecting back our own emotions and perceptions.
Okay.
What we see in that smile likely says more about ourselves than it does about, like, the woman in the painting.
Okay, that's deep, but it kind of makes sense.
Right.
Like, we all bring our own baggage
We do.
to, like, the way we experience art.
Exactly. Our individual experiences, beliefs, even our mood
Yeah.
can influence how we interpret a work of art.
Okay.
Especially one as open to interpretation as the Mona Lisa.
So you're saying there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
Da Vinci just, like, created a giant Rorschach test for the art world.
I think he might have enjoyed that notion.
Yeah.
Given his playful nature and his interest in the human psyche.
Yeah.
It's not unreasonable to think that he might have deliberately created a work that would spark endless debate and inspire a multitude of readings.
So basically he was trolling us from beyond the grave.
Maybe.
Classic Da Vinci.
I know.
But let's, like, shift gears for a second and talk about how this one painting created centuries ago became such a massive pop culture icon.
Okay.
You see her face everywhere.
It's true. The Mona Lisa has transcended the boundaries of the art world and become like a ubiquitous symbol in popular culture.
Right.
From Marcel Duchamp adding a mustache to her face to
Yes.
Andy Warhol, like, turning her into a pop art icon.
It's like she's the original meme.
Yeah, she kind of is.
What do you think it is about this painting that makes it so adaptable and appealing across different cultures and generations?
I think it's a confluence of factors.
Okay.
You know, there's the inherent mystery of her smile,
Yeah.
the technical brilliance of the painting, and the compelling narrative of its creation and theft.
Right. That's got it all.
All of these elements contribute to its, like, enduring fascination.
It's like the perfect recipe for a viral sensation even before the internet existed.
I know, it's crazy.
But here's a question. Do you think all the hype and the commercialization,
Yeah.
you know, seeing her face on everything from like coffee mugs to shower curtains has like cheapened the Mona Lisa's artistic value?
I think that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
It's easy to become cynical when an image becomes so ubiquitous that it loses its original context.
Right.
However, I believe that the original painting still retains its power. No matter how many reproductions you encounter, standing in front of the real Mona Lisa is an entirely different experience.
It's like the difference between listening to a song on your phone and like seeing the band live in concert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's an immediacy, a presence to the original artwork
Okay.
that can't be replicated.
Plus it's worth like $1 billion.
Exactly.
You can't put a price tag on that kind of aura.
That's right.
Speaking of which, can you imagine the pressure of being responsible for like protecting the most valuable painting in the world?
I can't even imagine.
That would be terrifying.
The security measures at the Louvre are incredibly strict.
Yeah, I bet.
For good reason.
Yeah.
The Mona Lisa is more than just a painting. It's
Yeah.
a cultural treasure,
Yeah.
a symbol of human creativity and ingenuity.
Like she's a celebrity with her own entourage
No.
of security guards.
Yes.
Bulletproof glass.
And it's a testament to her enduring appeal that after 500 years, she still commands that level of attention and reverence.
It makes you wonder what Da Vinci would think if he could see how famous his creation has become.
I know, right?
Would he be amused, flattered,
Yeah.
or maybe just roll his eyes and say, I told you so?
Who knows, but one thing is for sure, the Mona Lisa story is far from over.
That's a good point.
As long as people keep looking,
Yeah.
keep questioning, and keep seeking meaning in her enigmatic smile,
Right.
her legacy will continue to unfold.
And that, my friends, brings us to the end of part 2 of our Mona Lisa Marathon,
Tune in next time for part 3.
where we'll wrap up our deep dive and explore the lasting impact of this iconic masterpiece on art and culture. Welcome back to the final chapter of our Mona Lisa Odyssey.
Yes.
We've explored the techniques, the history, even the conspiracy theories swirling around this like very enigmatic masterpiece.
We've really dug deep into
Yeah.
the layers of paint and meaning, trying to understand what makes this painting so captivating, so enduring.
We've basically done a deep dive into a deep dive.
Deep diveception.
Exactly. And now as we emerge from like the depths of art history,
Yeah.
blinking in the metaphorical sunlight,
Back to reality.
it's time to tackle like the big question.
Yeah.
What is the Mona Lisa's legacy?
Ooh, good question.
Why, after 500 years, does this painting still have like such a grip on our collective imagination?
Right. Why this one?
Yeah, there's so many paintings.
How many?
But like this one is...
It's special.
That's
It's a question that has puzzled art historians, critics, and just casual admirers alike for centuries.
Yeah.
I mean, there are countless masterpieces from the Renaissance period,
Yeah.
yet none have achieved the same level of fame or cultural resonance as the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, it's like she's transcended the realm of art and become something more...
Rather than just a painting.
Yeah, it's wild.
She's like the OG influencer.
Yes, 500 years later, and she's still breaking the internet.
I know, it's crazy.
But seriously, what's like the secret sauce? What's the recipe for this kind of like cultural staying power?
I think it's a combination of factors all converging in this one remarkable painting.
Okay.
Firstly, there's the undeniable technical brilliance.
Yeah, like you can't deny that he was a really good painter.
Oh, he was so talented.
Yeah.
Da Vinci's mastery of sfumato and chiaroscuro and his profound understanding of human anatomy
Yeah.
resulted in a level of realism that was groundbreaking for its time.
It's like he breathes life into the canvas.
Yeah.
You can almost like feel the pulse in her delicate wrist, the warmth of her skin.
Total.
It's wild.
And that realism is amplified by the psychological depth of the painting. That ambiguous smile, the direct, almost knowing gaze.
Yeah.
It draws us in, inviting us to engage in a silent dialogue with the subject.
It's like she's holding a secret.
Yeah.
And we're just desperate to know what it is.
We want to know.
Yeah.
The Mona Lisa doesn't offer easy answers or a clear narrative.
Right.
Instead, it presents us with like a mystery, a visual riddle that we're like compelled to solve.
Yeah, and that inherent ambiguity, that sense of the unknown, is a large part of what keeps us coming back for more.
For sure. It's like a visual earworm.
Yes. You can't get it out of your head.
No matter how hard you try.
Exactly.
The Mona Lisa acts as a mirror reflecting back our own curiosity, our own desire to understand the complexities of the human spirit.
It's deep, man.
I know.
We project our own thoughts, emotions, and interpretations onto that like enigmatic smile.
We do.
And that's a universal experience, one that transcends time and culture.
That's a really good point.
So she's like a blank canvas for our own imaginations.
In a way, yes.
Wow.
No matter your background, language, or cultural perspective, you can stand in front of the Mona Lisa and feel a connection to something bigger than yourself. To like the enduring mystery of human existence.
It's like she's tapping into some primal part of our brains.
Yeah.
The part that's like wired for storytelling, for seeking meaning in the unknown.
Precisely. And that's where I believe the true legacy of the Mona Lisa lies. In its ability to spark our imaginations, to invite us to ask questions, to challenge our perceptions of art and beauty.
Yeah, it's not just a painting.
No, it's an experience.
It's an experience.
It's a reminder that great art isn't simply about aesthetics or technique.
Yeah.
It's about the emotions it evokes, the conversations it inspires, and the questions it leaves us pondering long after we've turned away from the canvas.
It's like a good book that like stays with you long after you finish the last page.
Exactly. And in a world that's increasingly dominated by instant gratification and fleeting trends.
Ugh, don't even get me started.
I know.
The attention span of like a goldfish these days.
The Mona Lisa stands as a testament to the power of slowing down, of contemplating, of appreciating the beauty of subtlety and ambiguity.
Okay, that's a really good point.
It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound answers lie not in the obvious, but in the shadows, in the spaces between the lines.
Yeah.
In the flicker of a smile that can be interpreted in 1,000 different ways.
So as we like conclude our deep dive into the Mona Lisa, we're left not with like definitive answers, but with a sense of wonder.
Oh, for sure.
A renewed appreciation for the enduring power of art.
Yes.
And like a lingering question that will likely continue to be debated for centuries to come.
Most definitely.
What secrets lie behind that enigmatic smile?
It's the question that keeps on giving.
And that, my friends, is the beauty of it all.
I love that.
The Mona Lisa isn't just a painting. It's an invitation to engage in an ongoing conversation about art, beauty, and the human condition.
Beautiful.
So next time you find yourself face to face with like that iconic image, whether it's on a postcard, a t-shirt, or if you're lucky in the hallowed halls of the Louvre, take a moment to really look, to contemplate, to connect with like the mystery.
Be present.
Be present. Who knows what you might discover?
That's the fun of it.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Dive on